widen the net of your hearing. There is a phenomenon of life within you. Sadhguru. It's not about being superhuman. This is about realizing that being human is super. We have a limited time. And as time is getting closer to being over, we awaken our souls to the timelessness, doing what truly matters to you, and embracing a wonderful life with honesty, truth, sincerity, transparency, and communication. Honesty opens the door to true freedom. Honesty is the currency of inner strength. Experience the power of sharing your truth. When you can speak your truth without attachment to how others respond, then you are truly free to be yourself. Honor your values and beliefs, and to live in alignment with these. Compassion is understanding the troubles of others and reaching out. Kind and compassionate to one another. Kindness is the ongoing work of the Spirit, renewing our thoughts and attitudes. The God of compassion is at work in our hearts, allowing us in turn to touch other lives by reaching out and whispering words of encouragement. There is a phenomenon of life within you. Capture this moment. Taking your hands to your heart space, one hand on your heart, one hand to cover, just honoring the honesty, the truth, the key that unlocks your voice. Your compassion, your kindness. And these words may simply be reaching out to yourself. When you can sit alone with yourself in presence, taste the nectar of this experience. Why let it go? Maintain the inner peace. Lotus mudra. Bring the hands together, pinkies and thumbs touch, keeping the base of the palms together, offering the intention right in the center of the lotus. And when you're ready, sweep the arms up, taking this lotus up towards the divine sky. Visualizing an abundance of water, blessings washing over. 1,000-petal lotus, we open up the arms, we clear the space around us. And making organic movements now, waking up the body, making wrist rolls, maybe letting the elbows get involved, maybe some arm rotations. And allow yourself to feel the body's experience, connect to this experience, get into an exploration. What does gentle mean to you? How does that feel? What does it feel like to open up into the space of observation? Where is there tightness today? And do you need to hold into that space and push into it, breathe into it, move into it? And begin to marry the breath to the movements. How do you bring in your 3-part breath? How do you marry motion to breath? And are we honest with ourselves here? Are we holding the breath? Notice any irritations that are coming up. Notice any rushing yourself. Notice all of the stuff around you, right? All the stuff that's going to keep going on around you while you're sitting in presence. And then taking the next 5 breaths here, wrapping up wherever you are in organic movements, getting your morning stretches, getting your morning openness. Those of you taking it into the afternoon or evening, embracing the same culture. Once you come to that last rotation of breath, kindly find your way into child's pose. Taking the hands down to the earth, lifting off your seat, taking your feet apart, or eagle toes together, knees apart, bringing your hips back if that's an option for you. For those of you finding a little bit of strain in going into the child's pose, then I'll offer you a few variations. If you have your pillow nearby, then please place the pillow between your tushy and your calves. So this way you can have some space or comfort. Those of you that are going to sit on the block like I'm doing is also a welcome experience, and the knees come apart. So take a few more rounds of breath there. Remember, you can be in a chair. If this is still uncomfortable, extend the legs out and come to a seated position. Come onto your back with your knees into your chest. This is the re-rest version. Let's walk it over to the right and then push into the left hand. And as you come into this experience, really give yourself some observing here. Push into the ground as though, as my friend likes to say, making biscuits. So like the dogs like to bark, but the cats like to push into the ground and make these little kneading motions. So knead into the ground, pull your belly in, and then exhale over your right leg more. And then start to draw your left hip back a little bit more. Find an extension through the obliques. And as you open up to this opportunity, maybe reach the left arm up and get a stretch for those of you that are lifted. And then feel what that feels like. And I'm going to offer you the next 5 breaths here to go into organic movement. Be honest with yourself if you need to move back, if you need to come up. Notice how your breath is, if it's slow and shallow or deep and long. What does that feel like? What is that experience? Those of you wrapping up 5 rounds of breath, give yourself a moment to pause to receive the nectar. And then start to walk your way over to center. Get a stretch, realign spine, find traction anywhere you're at. So even if you're really high up, I like to TP my fingers to get an additional stretch. And then again, we inhale to find the expansion. Exhale, coming over to the other side, drawing the belly over that left thigh, pressing into the right hand and pulling the right hip back. So this is where you might see better. I'm pressing the right hip back to create more space through the sciatic nerve and cord as I'm reaching through the right arm. Here comes Madhu. He has to join us for yoga every morning. Big boy. Nice. And then begin that organic movement once more. Notice what that feels like. Complete, you return back to child's pose, Begin to walk your way up towards a seated position, and inhale, reach the arms up, coming into some nice big circles, opening up the shoulders. And then interlace the fingers behind you or grab your strap and pull down, widen through the chest, open through the clavicle. Let everything sway open for a moment. Gazing up at the ceiling, visualize clouds passing by. Take yourself to beautiful exotic paradise. And then coming back through to center space. Reach the arms up, release your strap if you'd like. And then bring your hands towards your heart. I'm going to ask you here to check in with your legs. Do you need to exchange the position of your legs? Do you need to do a little bit of movement? Grab your strap, right? And then take the strap out in front of you. Engage actively. Protract the shoulder blades towards one another. Lift your chest. And then on your next inhale, lift the arms up, pulling that strap back. Get an openness here. Now draw the ribs in like you're lacing a corset, okay? Lace it up. Good. And then lift back and open here. And then from here, all the way back down. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Then draw the ribs in. Reach the shoulders back as much as you can. And then exhale, bring it all the way back down. Let's repeat that 3 more times on your own. If you wish, and you feel inclined to do so, and you're able, go ahead and take it back behind you, and then all the way around and forward. Those of you that like to extend the strap even longer, you can take, and you have the ability in the shoulder girdle to do so, you'll take it all the way back and around, and then all the way up and around. Play with the strap position, hand position, see what works better for you. Moving with your breath. You might add some more movements. Oh boy. It's Wednesday, hump day. All the things, guys, all the things, y'all. We just gotta go with the flow. Go with the flow. That's it. Go with the flow. Nice. Let's take ourselves back into that experience. One more time with the arm stretch. Only go to your experience. Only go to your level. Okay? And then let's release the hands all the way back and down. You can release the strap if you like. Bring your hands to your heart space. On your next breath, let's come forward onto hands and knees if that feels okay for you. Tuck your toes and let's make our way into downward facing dog. Hips are going to go up towards the sky. Walk your dog, please paddle your feet. And if you need to, please use a block to bring the earth to you. If you have your dog around, you can use your dog as well. And press your forehead into that block to help stabilize here. Bend the knees as much as you need to bring the hips up towards the sky. Draw the navel in on the exhale here. Just feel all of that beautiful energy flowing through you, around you, beneath you. Allow your shoulders to spread apart from one another here, so that way you're creating more space. You might shake your head yes, shake your head no. For those of you without the block. If you have a block, you might even roll your forehead from side to side. Right above the third eye, closer to the hairline. Nice. And then from this space, go ahead and take your right foot forward and start to take your left knee down and move back and forth. Get into a nice little stretch here for a moment. And then taking your left hand to the block, take your right hand to your thigh. Take this hand, begin to push out so you're on the blade edge of your foot, opening up here into a gentle stretch. And then you can lower the hips and you can lift the hips and stretch the leg back, right? So you can go really deep or very shallow, right? So just take your time and play around here. I prefer to take your knee off the ground. Those of you might be wanting a little more in the experience, you can do that too. So you can do both, right? We're ultimately going to give ourselves some permission to pause in this experience, and then everyone come down to your knee. Take the knee out to the side of the right side and drop down into it. Drop down into it. If you have 2 blocks, even better. You can take it to the 3rd height, and this will support you here as you lower yourself down and melt into the experience. Okay? Really opening up into that right hip flexor. Releasing that back foot, melting into the pose. We really want to avoid any strain in the feet, no strain, and we don't want any strain in the body. Right? We want to just hold the space, not the breath, hold the experience. Right? Adding your organic movements now. You can open up the chest, you can make a few circles with your right arm. I like to call this like a mermaid pose. Moving around. Bend the elbows and roll up. You can flap your tail and roll onto your hip and lift the back leg and lower and lift the back leg and lower. So really just really give yourself those movements to settle. Really settle. What I love about yoga is a discovery. It's a map of how to refine the motions and the experiences in the bodies. And we have many bodies. How we overcome. Find our way to downward dog at your leisure. Really offering up your own personal journey today is what I like to say. Again, honesty, transparency, connecting, community, and communication. Take the left foot forward, help your buddy out there, knee ankle alignment, back knee comes down. You can untuck the toes to protect, and then go ahead and start to take the left blade of your foot out and drop down, get a little bit of movement, rocking back and forth. Pulling the navel in on the exhale gives you more control here with that movement and stabilizes your back body muscles when you pull your navel in. Protect, protect, protect. I always say to practice safe, most important, always. Hold your space now when you're ready. One side's going to be very different than the other. You might drop into one side here. I'm using a block under my forearms to release. This side slightly tighter. You can flap your tail if you want to flap your tail. Okay? So that's comfortable for you. Adding your organic movements. This is a place where you can stay here for 5 to 8 breaths, really working through the experience. Balanced, we go ahead and return back to center, taking our sweet time to make our way to downward facing dog. When you're in your favorite downward dog variation, go ahead and walk your dog, paddle your feet. Also keep in mind, child's pose, always a welcome invitation here. Any type of meditation, seated meditation pose is welcome. Give yourself that space. This is the only time that you have your space, then take it. Sitting on your mat, 6 feet of space, take it. 6 feet by 3. It's the number 9. And then kindly walk your hands to meet your feet. I know you gotta think about it, it's okay. Time to think about that. Now once you're at the back of your mat, that might help you, and laugh it off if you went to the front. It happens to me all the time. Bring your hands to your shins and press your way forward, look forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, just drape down the body and add some organic movement here. Maybe you reach for ragdoll, reach for opposite elbows. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. And if there's any limitations today with the feet or feet surgery or anything like that, you might want to use a chair for this, so you're not putting too much weight on your feet, okay? Because this is a lot of weight. We're pushing down into the heels and into the balls of the feet. Our hips are coming over the heels. We're letting the weight drop forward like a waterfall, cascading down into our yoga mat and out towards the front of the mat, just releasing through the river of transformation. And then from here, we inhale, halfway lift once more, if that's what you like. Continue organic movement as you reach your way back down. You might even add some twisting, bending into one knee, reaching up through the other arm. So I would suggest you bending into the left knee, straightening the right leg, reaching the right arm up. I really enjoy using a block for this experience as it gives me more length. And then as I exhale, coming to the other side and even inviting some wrist rolls, dropping your hip to the right, dropping your hip to the left, falling into the experience. So this is really good for torsion pelvis, realigning the pelvis, traction of the spine, realignment of the herniated disc. So we're giving some space here, nourishing. Give yourself 2 more on either side. These are the little bubbles of gas that are stored in these joint pockets and other places. So you'll know the right gas that comes out of what little experience. And love. We come to standing. If you have a block, hold your block. If you have your strap, you can take your strap with you. Up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, reach tall, reach proud. Bring the pubic bone slightly up towards the belly button. Press down through your feet. Legs hip distance apart. And then bend the knees, sit back, and bring the hands parallel to the earth for a gentle chair pose. Root down to rise up, inhale, coming up to the sky. Maybe add a tick-tock. Hips over to one side, arms in the opposite direction, and then to the other. And this is just a sweet way of giving yourself some movement through the upper body. Bend the knees. And breathe in. Protect, protect, protect. Again, somatic experience. Where do you need to go today? Do you need to press into the block or pull the strap more? Do you prefer to take it behind you and lift up and get into a back bend? Pressing the hips forward, lifting the chest. Maybe a combination. A few moments to go through various experiences of what we're learning today. Take the time here to pause wherever you need to pause. All meet in Urdhva Hastasana, standing pose, back to mat. Let's flow together now. Bend the knees, chair pose variations of all choices here. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Tick-tock to the left, honor the goddess. Inhale through center, exhale right, honor Shiva. Inhale, center, hands behind if able, bend the knees, camel back, chair pose. Inhale, standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk it out, downward facing dog or child's pose, or hands and knees table. Pass the right foot forward, help your buddy out. Reach the arms up, warrior one, back foot on the ground if that feels better. Find your stability point, everyone. Find your foundation. Once you're set, breathe into that space. Add movements, maybe some arm movements. Maybe you interlace the fingers behind you and take the hands over towards the right, pressing into this lower back area. This is where we hold a lot of tension through the sciatic nerve. Lean into it, melt into it. Take 5 rounds of breath. Maybe play around with the shoulders, open up the chest. Pulling that right hip back, left hip forward. Get nice and strong in the legs. And y'all, if you're on your knee, you can totally do the same thing. I'm going to use my block here to share that experience with you so you have the same opportunity to be a part of that flow. And then from here, let's go ahead and take the hands back up towards the sky. Interlace the fingers, press away from you. And then go ahead and tick-tock over to the right. And gaze up towards the left, a little stretch. And if that's still too intense, maybe take the right hand to the left wrist. That can always help, or your finger or your thumb. Okay? Strap here is always good. Back to center. Take the hands down to the earth. Find downward facing dog. If you feel so inclined to do a flow today and you're familiar with vinyasa, then go ahead and take your chaturanga dandasana vinyasa flow. Otherwise, we're just going to hang out and chill in downward facing dog. And then we're going to pass that left foot forward. And then nice and strong, warrior one. I'll take my knee down here for us that are modifying or progressing the flow. Add your movements. Nice and strong warriors. Interlace the fingers, take them to the left side of your body. Find the experience, the foundation, and then press into that space. And then from here, allow it to feel very good for you. Let your body speak to you. You just gotta listen. Maybe you lean into it. Maybe you press into it. It makes the glutes relax there. Face, relax the shoulders back. Move around in the space, move around in your foundation until it settles. Foundation doesn't settle right away, it takes time. And then once you're experiencing that foundation is nice, then go ahead and take the hands up, left hand, right wrist, and start to stretch over, or interlace the fingers across your other favorite thumb and press the hands away from you. Again, option to take the knee down to the ground. Worries. We've had a car have to drive through our class before. I think we can handle a quick little fix technically. Let's walk the hands back to meet the feet, forward fold. Take that strap, take any of the blocks, take anything you need here in this experience, and then let's go ahead and root down to rise up. Rise up. Chair pose into Urdhva Hastasana, nice and tall. Arms forward, sitting into chair. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, tick-tock to the left. Inhale to center, tick-tock to the right. Inhale to center. Let the hands come behind you. Take your strap behind you. Camel back, open up the chest for camel back chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, rounding through the lower back, releasing, cascading down as though you were a waterfall of energy. Expansion and contraction, breathing into the lower back, organic movements, always option if you want to add them, please do. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come all the way back down. We're going to come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up, palms touch. And sweep the hands to heart center. Gaze at something beautiful in front of you that doesn't move. Ground into your right leg. Sweet spot to add a block for tree pose variation. And from here, go ahead and activate your right foot. Take your left foot anywhere on your leg but your knee or to that beautiful block. Remember, you can take that block to any height, right? So you can take it really high and then squeeze the right thigh, the abdominals, and then open into your tree. And offer your movements again, y'all. Breathe into it. Breathe into it. Clear the space. Remember, trees fall, so if you fall out, laugh it off, let it all go, because it's all good. Everything's good. Go with the flow. Become the leaves. And slowly we begin to release the right leg as we take the left foot down to the ground. Move from side to side and keep moving. Step your foot hip distance apart here. We're going to keep sliding, coming into shooting star. Okay, a lot of you that practice with me back at home know this one. So it's kind of like adding some Tai Chi. Okay, gather what no longer serves you. And then moving into the right leg, begin to extend and reach and press it up and lift the left foot off the ground. Take it away. Find balance. And then when you're ready, we capture it and we throw it back down into the soil to create something new. We take something else and we offer that up to the other side. And you can open to kind of a modified half moon. And I would like for you to now offer your expression. If this becomes a dance, allow it to become a tribal dance. Allow it to become something that connects to your breath, that resonates with you. You can move as slow or as fast as you like to go.
We're going to find our way back into that right leg tree pose again. So start to ground into the right foot. Take the left foot anywhere on the leg but the knee once more and offer your gift. From the seeds we planted, we create the tree. And then bring your hands back together. And with a smile on your face, go ahead and step out to the side for baby triangle pose. You can widen as wide as you want, or you can make it small. Slide. Keep yourself right where you are. Slide the left hip under the right. Find length. Guide. You know what? Even take your left hand, that little L shape and that crease right into the hip crease there, and push into that hip. And then bring the right hip. Get sassy. Bring that right hip out. Good. And then find length. So don't worry about how far you go. I don't care about that. I want your spine to be long. Traction. I want you to realign your pelvis so that you can walk better. So that you can feel good today. Take your hand towards your thigh or towards your shin. If you happen to have long arms like I do, then you can place it onto a block. But don't try to get to the ground and compromise the breath just to get into a pose. I'd rather you stay open and spacious. Squeeze the thigh muscle, widen the stance if need be, and then get into that organic movement. Do you need to roll your shoulder? Do you need to take your arm up? Do you need to take your hand behind your head and press into it? So what is it that you need today? Stacking the hips, staying in the same plane. Can you release something today? Can we let it go? Nice. Inhale. Let's come back to center. And then move from side to side. Go through a goddess pose if you like. Go through your own rhythm. Go through your own dance. You can invite shooting star or skandasana, moving from side to side. Rainbow warrior, coming into the expression. So all of the things. We're going to invite tree pose to the other side shortly. I'm bringing my block over, prepare. And then press your weight into the left foot. Take that energy up with you through that leg. Create the tree trunk. Draw the arms up. Create the leaves. Take your foot anywhere on your leg or on your block, wherever you need. Find your stance. And then be open here, embracing Panchamama, embracing the earth. Embracing the water, embracing the sky, embracing your AC, embracing, look out your window, look out into the spaciousness. Or put a screenshot on your TV and take yourself into an environment that feels wonderful. We have the power of transcendence. Your soul is timeless. Be honest with yourself. Take your key to unlock your throat chakra, your communication. Move and flow. What do your branches feel like when the wind blows through them? And what are those branches? Capture this moment, the vibrations in your hands, the power around you, your auric field, and bring it into the heart. And with control, kindly guide the eyes open. Step the right leg out, coming into your triangle pose. Find your grounding, find your stationary position, extend the arms out, and then reach, and then release. Again, realign, regroup, connect. If you have your block and you need to use it, use it. I like to use my thigh. I used to lengthen here. Feel that energy flying through the body here, out through the crown, out through the hip. Legs are strong. And you might even take your hands through the air so you can cut through the air. You can feel the density. You might open up the shoulder girdle. You might take your hand behind your head. What does it feel like to tune into this thing we call the body? What do these muscles do? What do these bones do? What does my breath do? And then as we pull our way back up, we find our way into our last happy little tree pose. Take yourself there slowly. Honoring from the root to the top of the leaves. And then please, coming back to center, take that right leg back out, come into a wide-legged stance. Let the hips move all the way around, letting your Kundalini stir. In Kundalini Yoga, we take the toes out, the heels in, coming into more of a goddess pose, and we let ourselves move freely. And allow your breath to guide you. Draw the hips back, bring the pelvic floor forward all the way around. Take it to one side 8 times. You can have the arms out in goddess arms, or you can take the arms out how you wish. And then on to the other side once you're complete with 8 rotations. When you complete your 8th rotation, we come to goddess pose. Exhale out the mouth. Walk your way down towards the earth. Find your way into seated pose. Comfortable seat. I'll sit on my block to raise my hips. Meditate, concentrate, 3 to 5 breaths. Palms up to receive. Option 1, remain here, coming into supine twist, twisting into one direction and then the other. Give yourself 5 count on either side. Option 2, keeping either the left leg bent or extended. Take the right foot, cross it over the left. Welcome to stay on a block here is fine. Elevates the hips, gives you more space, and creates more accessibility for the pose. Okay. Twist to the left, left elbow outside the right thigh to your lower back. Gaze over your right shoulder. Those in the chair, you're holding the arm of the chair. Inhale, we come back to center for those of you wrapping up. Release the hands down, Let the legs go long. We change the cross of the legs. Right knee bends or keep the leg extended. Left foot crosses over. Do what you did on one side unless limiting the ability based on the body. Twist to the left. Left hand to the lower back. Right hand to the outside of your knee. And find your variation of your twist. Remembering that every body is different. So offer yourself what you need today. Adapt the postures to work for your body, for your bone structure. Expansion and contraction. So the more we focus on breathing here, the easier the pose gets. Diaphragmatic breathing, belly rising, belly falling. There we go, culture. Gotta have culture. Inhale to center. And from here, hands down by your sides, we take a boat pose. Those of you on your block, you can stay here. If you feel comfortable, lift your knees, extend the legs, sustain, stabilize. You can do the same option on the ground. Hands can be on the ground, behind your legs, behind your back. Add some movement here. You can point and flex your feet, make some rotations. Take it easy. Take it easy on yourself, you know. You can always add more. And we lower down to the earth. Take it all the way down to the ground. Knees hug in, reverse child's pose, reverse balasana. Rock side to side, massaging through the lower back. Maybe a few circles, or maybe you gotta just hang out on that one side for a little bit. Those of you dropping the knees all the way over to the right, gazing to the left, always welcome experience there. And remember to balance out the other side if you're taking it to the other side as you make your way into Shavasana. Yogis, yoginis, always offer yourself what you need in your practice. Being true to your authentic self. Once you make your way into Shavasana, really give yourself permission and make it super juicy and comfortable. All the tools, all the props, set yourself up for success. And then take a deep breath in and out the mouth. Again, inhale deeply. And out the mouth. Right on. Sending a vibration of healing through the entire body as you begin to settle into your space. Settle into your foundation again. Settle in, y'all. Sadhguru says, there is a phenomenon of life within you. He continues, it's not about being superhuman. This is about realizing that being human is super. That we have a limited time here. And time is almost over. Are we doing what truly matters to ourselves? Because if we are doing what truly matters to you, then you will have a wonderful life. Chakra Tarot card says, honesty, truth, sincerity, transparency, and communication. Honesty opens the door to true freedom. Honesty is the currency of inner strength. Experience the power of sharing your truth. When you can speak your truth without attachment to how others respond, then you are truly free to be yourself. Honor your values and beliefs, and to live in alignment with these. Compassion is understanding the troubles of others and reaching out to be kind and compassionate to one another. Kindness is the ongoing work of the Spirit, renewing our thoughts and attitudes. The God of compassion is at work in our hearts. Totally have to love the culture. Come back to center. Breathe in, breathe out. Come into a space of love and compassion for yourself and others. The vibration of all around you. Maybe hugging yourself gently here. Bodies of culture. Creativity. Truth. Strength. Overcomers. Remaining where you are, or slowly making your way to a comfortable seat, bringing the hands together or at a mudra that feels comfortable for you. For those of you wishing to return to the lotus mudra, pinky and thumb finger remain touching along with the base of your palms, opening up the other fingers, receiving and delivering. Bring it up towards the third eye or to the crown. And we complete our class with the sacred mantra of Om, offering our intentions and receiving our blessings. Inhale for Om. The divine light in me honors the divine light that lives in each of you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Om Namaste. Om Jai Bhagwan. Om Ki Jai. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much, familia. And with all the technical difficulties, you still are so amazing and beautiful to share this light and love, because it's so much more than that. So thank you again, and we'll see you tomorrow.